going to the library. Canadian Scout, how dare you go into the library? That's it. Doka. Oddawaj hajs, czulu.
For Don, but John gave us rehab instead. Yep, 6 months and 2 days on the wagon.
weiter zu wenden. Und da kommen wir schon zum Artwork-Quartett von Mozart. We have some sort of snafu or something occurs. It's happened. And we are good at doing what we call backfilling, right? And go in and shoot what we need, and then we'll backfill it later when we find out what the actual results are. But occasionally we have placed ourselves in a position of shooting out of order, going, that's okay, we can shoot out of order because we know what the results of that experiment are going to be. And we don't do that anymore. Because every single time we've done it, every single time we've put our eggs in the basket of, well, we know how that's going to turn out, we've been boned. So we've stopped ever expecting, even when we've seen people do it and we've had experts tell us this is what's going to happen, we don't count on it until we've seen it.
Nice. And how about your viewers? Have they been fairly reluctant often to change their opinion if you do bust or confirm a myth that they hold dear?
Oh, absolutely. The best known one was a plane on a conveyor belt, and the idea was that if a conveyor belt is going in one direction fast enough, a plane that's sitting on it can't go fast enough in the other direction and take off. And that's just it's.
The question itself has a trick within it, which leads you to believe that the plane will somehow remain stationary. And the fact is, the plane will never remain stationary. The plane will always push forward, no matter how fast the conveyor belt's moving. And we demonstrated this on the show, much to Jamie's chagrin, because he was like, why are we even testing this? It's stupid. It's totally obvious what would happen. We tested it on the show, and I mean, back then, Jamie's shop number was, you could find it online if you looked hard enough. And when that show aired, people were like calling his number all night long and screaming at him that we had somehow cheated the data and we were lying. And it was all because we'd come to a different result than they expected. And they were open about saying that. Well, they're wrong. Well, why? Because they...
See the care they take with the eggs they make. Each design they make is fine. The Easter eggs are grand. See them all about. Here's it turning out. Pretty eggs in Bonnieland.
just got 15 Emmy nominations. What's that mean to a program like Miami Vice?
Well, it means that we're going to stay on the air for the rest of the season, probably.
Don, Phil, I'd like to say hello if I can.
Hi,
Listen,
Jane.
Hi.
The chocolates are in the mail, dear.
All right, we'll start there. I understand you guys are pretty popular finally in Miami. Is that true?
Yeah, I think they know us by now, yeah.
I think it's going a little international.
How did that start? A year ago, when we first met, you guys had just been dipped in chocolate.
Yes, you remember.
Well, who would
You
forget?
blushed. You blushed.
You had to hustle after your popularity in Miami. Why didn't they trust you in the beginning?
Well, I think they were concerned about, and rightfully so, about the image of the city, and they were growing. They are growing and becoming one of the major cultural centers of the world. And they'd suffered a good deal of adverse publicity with the obvious problems that they had with drug smuggling and crime rates. And I think that they were rightfully so concerned about the image that we were going to bestow upon Miami coming in with a show titled Miami Vice.
You need money for the meter, money for the toll. Don't turn on the heater, daddy's on the door. They tell me that the devil pays good money for your soul. We don't got no dough. Tell me there's a dollar in the pocket of your jeans. Need money for the baby, the bacon and the beans. I'd buy you a dozen roses, but I just don't have the means. Don't got no dough. Sorry, Mr. Landlord, I cannot pay the rent. Run down to the bank and ask them where my money went. Then come back and tell me just who overspent. Mister, let me tell you, I blame the government.